defending? It's an art form. A battle of wits, if you will. It's you versus your competitor, and most importantly, it's absolute horsecock. Now, I know it's hard to believe because I'm in the top 5% of players in the Elite Division, but there was a time where I was just as scared as you were when Mbappe, Vinny and co come hurtling towards me on the counter-attack. So, buckle in kids, because today Uncle Manners is going to teach you how to defend like you've never defended before in your life. Step 1. Mark the space and not the ball. The absolute worst thing you can do when defending is charge your players out of position. It's so easy in this game to pass around open space, so you need to hold tight and force your opponent's mistake. All you're going to do essentially is look for where they could pass and make sure your player is in that passing lane.
Nice! Knew I could do it!
Now, step 1 is very important, but it will not work unless you use step 2 at the exact same time. So, whilst you control the player who's blocking the passing lanes, you're going to want to be holding R1 or RB. Now this will activate your second man press. Essentially, what you're doing is making sure that they have nowhere to pass whilst your teammate shuts down the player with the ball. You'll see which player is committing to the second press, as they'll have this little green triangle above their head, but it also doubles up as a stamina bar, so just be careful to not hold on for too long, otherwise they'll get knackered. So, now that you've got the knowledge of Manners, the heart of a lion, the ability of Maldini, and the build of Gemma Collins in a back four, I believe you've got everything you need to become the best defensive FIFA player of all time. So you've now learned how to defend like an absolute pro, but you may be asking yourself, but what players do I need to use in my defence? There are certain things that I look for in my defender's stats, so let's start with what you would typically look for in your fullbacks. So, this is my team. How beautiful. Look at all the colours. What does it remind you of? I'm getting vibes of Balamori. So, fullbacks. Straight off the bat, I like to have my left back to be left-footed and my right back to be right-footed. For me, it makes perfect sense to have them that way around because they can play a nice, easy ball without getting cross-footed and end up playing a really, really weak pass that no one wants. So yeah, left-footers on the left, right-footers on the right. Now let's talk about centre-backs. So there are 3 stats that I look at more than anything else when it comes to choosing a centre-back. The first is their height. Both of my centre-backs come in at about 6'3". This is super important because they win pretty much every single long ball over the top, as well as being a massive threat in the box on corners. The next stat I look for is what their reactions would be. With how good players like Mbappe, Vinny and co are, it's vital that you have a centre-back who can turn quickly and not have their ankles absolutely flummoxed by the ball roll scoop. And finally, the last stat that I like to look at is their aggression. It goes without saying, but I think everyone should have centre-backs who are just borderline feral. Someone who can rough up the opposition and just keep on being a nuisance for attackers. So based off of my 3 points, you can understand why I think Rudiger is the perfect centre-back at the moment. I mean, he's 6'3", with 94 reactions and 97 aggression. You can't really get better in my opinion. But don't just take my word for it, because we're going to use this random draft squad and see how we get on. You let your front men press it. There we go, there we go. Let's just let the centre mids press. All I need to do is worry about, there we go, there we go. There we go, there's another second man press. Actually, mark the space, no worries. Mark this pass, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to hold off. There we go, Van Dijk, second man press, got it. See, I'm covering this wide guy over here, just marking the space. There we go, second man wins it. Go with the runner. There we go, there we go, that is a prime example. Whew, that was a biggie. Well, if you did enjoy the video, please drop a like and let me know in the comments if you found this useful. Until next time, eat your veg, drink your water, compliment your mother, and I'll see you next time.
I was yours for the taking. Guess I needed